Good morning, Mid-Missouri. It is a weather alert day here on your Friday for the combined impacts of both today's winds, non-thunderstorm winds, out ahead of this system that's moving in tonight, and of course the impacts from the storms themselves later on this evening. We'll start with a chance for some showers early this morning before being mostly dry throughout the middle part of the day, but we're picking up on that chance for thunderstorms into the evening hours. Some of those could be a bit on the strong to severe side. So that's why we have the weather alert day. We're going to start with the good news, and that is the instability that's with this system is waning greatly as it approaches. The bad news is there's just enough, and there's a lot of wind shear tied to this area just out ahead of this low pressure system. So as it approaches, those storms are going to have plenty of support from the wind in the atmosphere, but it has to work against that lack of instability. So it's kind of a marginal threat today, but it's just enough for us to mention. Here's the severe risk threat level. We're on a 1 out of 5 across the southwestern half of mid-Missouri. It includes, this is from the Storm Prediction Center, and their outlook includes communities like Brunswick, Moberly, Columbia, Fulton, Jefferson City, Lynn, Osage Beach, Versailles, Camdenton, communities to the south and west of there. And this is where we're really concerned for the best chance for an isolated severe storm along this front that's moving in this evening. So let's back up here. Let's start with this morning. Chance for a hit and miss shower largely north of I-70 between about 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Here we've paused here at 8 a.m. Some spotty showers are possible, especially north of I-70. And then we get a little bit of a break, a lull in that precipitation. Meanwhile, if you're driving to Kansas City, you're going to run into some good heavy rainfall. But then we're turning our eyes to the afternoon, because along this front, south of Kansas City, that's where we've got a decent chance at some severe weather between about 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock comes, it approaches our western doorstep here. And this is where we could see some strong to severe storms that will impact us here in mid-Missouri. That will move in likely between about 6 to 7 o'clock and bring the severe potential again to that southwestern corner of mid-Missouri. But notice, even Future Track picking up on this, this is that good news that instability really waning out of this system. So we should see some weakening storms as they approach. Still, we'll keep that severe potential in the forecast through about 9 to 10 o'clock, and then things will likely drop off. We're going to keep heavy rain, lightning, and thunder throughout the night until this pushes out around 3 a.m. tomorrow. Then we're looking mostly dry. We'll still have some lingering showers, we'll say through sunrise, and then take a look here at 7 a.m. We're looking at the potential for some snowflakes north of Kansas City. That's part of the wraparound portion of the system. That's going to carry away off towards the north. We might have a chance to see a flake near Macon or north of Macon, but really it looks unlikely. That's going to be a quick chance mostly for northwestern Missouri. And then we're looking dry by noon. Notice the Mizzou game starting at 11 looks dry. We may even see sunshine by the time we get to halftime. So we'll have plenty of sun, but temperature's still going to be cool enough that you're going to want that hoodie. As far as the severe risk, all threats are technically on the table. We could see anything on this list, from hail to strong winds, potentially some flooding, and even an isolated tornado is possible. This would be really tied to that front as it moves into the southwestern corner of mid-Missouri. And again, that threat is rapidly diminishing into the evening hours, the overnight hours. As far as rainfall, we're likely to see an inch, especially an inch or more along the western edge of mid-Missouri where those storms are stronger. We get those bigger drops. We could still see technically 2 inches as possible. It's looking less likely. Like that may actually come further towards the west near Kansas City. Overall, though, again, we're dry by the Mizzou game. The Mizzou game's looking chilly. Temperatures in the 50s at best there. And then we're back into the 70s for Sunday with more sunshine. And we'll spend much of the first half of next week in the 70s.